back with Bobby and JJ Radio. If you just missed it, we talked to Ed Guerrero, the CPA juggernaut here in San Antonio. If you missed that little part of our show, don't cry. You can go to bobbyandjjradio.com and you can download the podcast. You can go on Facebook. You can go on YouTube. You can go...
Not MySpace.
Not MySpace. We're not on that. Now, our next guest is Nathan Cron, by the way of Cincinnati. Somehow got down here to Texas.
I think I don't think he's from... I think he's from Bethlehem.
Yeah, he's definitely biblical. Yeah,
for sure. I trusted him the moment I met him. I didn't know why.
Yeah, I know. Now, he's been in the real estate business for 10 years. The reason I love this guy is because he has a ton of passion. It actually exudes from him. When I'm hanging out with him, he's just really all about real estate.
To me, it's the beard.
Yeah, and he has a great build, but he's always dedicated to be a better owner of his company, and he owns one of the, I want to say, the most important, pretty much one-stop shop if you're looking to invest in real estate, because he can do everything. He can go and find the properties that are the best deals in San Antonio. He has an army of people doing that. If you need some bridge loan type of stuff, he can do some financing, which is a hard money loan. He has a group of people that can renovate the property for you. He can get you quotes for that, and then he can sell it for you. So pretty much, he's a one-stop shop, right?
That's right, JJ. Yeah, that's what we specialize in. We really want to be a one-stop shop for a real estate investor. So just a recap, we do specialize in 4 things. Number 1, we locate the distressed asset for the real estate investor. That's really what we specialize in. Number 2, we provide some very creative financing for the real estate investor. That way they don't have to be a full cash buyer. There's ways to leverage their money and OPM, if you've ever heard that term.
Other people's money?
Yeah. It's extremely
OPM.
important. Especially in this economy where rates are low, it's important to take advantage of that.
Sure.
The third thing we do is we put people in touch with local vendors here in town, from CPAs like Ed, from real estate attorneys, foundation guys, you name it. We want to be your resource for real estate investment. If you have any question or need any contact, we want to be the hub.
Sure.
We want to get the call on that and at least put you in touch with somebody that has proven themselves in the past.
So, Nathan, me and JJ, we do all aspects of real estate. We sell, we help clients sell and purchase homes. But you do a lot of things that we don't do as far as helping investors at a different level. But can you just touch on what makes you different than a regular real estate agent or a real estate company?
Absolutely, Bob. Yeah, and so the biggest thing is that we cover the investment industry niche.
Sure.
I mean, I have no listings like you guys have.
Yeah.
I don't work with retail buyers. I don't work with the fancy houses. I work with the foreclosures, the short sales, the estate sales, the distressed property. So I really consider my firm being the investment specialist. So if a guy's got a fancy house up in Stone Oak, that's for you guys right there. But if you're looking for your next investment, or maybe have a headache property that you currently own, then that's where I want to come into play and find a good resolution for you.
Let's talk about that headache property. So I know that your company is the best at acquiring these, really good deals. Take me through a recent scenario where you've actually help someone out in that aspect.
Sure, JJ. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios out there where we help this client. Just one that comes to mind in the last 30 days, we had an elderly woman that lived in Live Oak. She needed to get back to her family located in Dallas.
Sure.
She was in, obviously, a time of need at that point, and the house was not top priority for her or the family. So
if we would have gone in there, we couldn't have just listed it and sold it.
Absolutely.
It would have been too bad.
Yeah,
of the property.
they weren't interested in having showings on the property, and I don't know if it was because they were embarrassed or they just looked at it as a liability at that point, and they really wanted to just wash their hands with it. So that's where we came into play. I was able to meet her and get her a fair offer that she found acceptable, and more importantly, she was able to move out of there. We closed them in 7 to 10 days.
Wow.
She was able to go up to her family in Dallas and spend quality time there. But that's just one example. I mean, there's a lot of we talked a little bit about like landlords by default.
So landlord by default means that this happens to a lot of our clients. Let's say they're in the military, they're here, they think they're going to be here for 4 years, and then they ship off to another military base, and then they bought a house, and then it's just been too fast of a turnaround, and they can't sell it and make a profit or even break even.
They didn't plan on being landlords, and
now all of a sudden they're a landlord, and that's a tough situation that happens to a lot of San Antonians.
Yeah. One big problem is the management side of it. So not everybody's cut out to be a landlord. You have to not have, some people are real soft and some people are hard. There's a balance point right there in order for you to be a good landlord, and it's not for some people. So when they want to exit out of that, that's where we come in.
It's definitely stressful on the landlord.
So if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Bobby and JJ Radio. We're sitting here with Nathan Cron of New Western Acquisitions, greatest investment company here in San Antonio. And you did touch a little bit about you do get these properties, and honestly, I've seen some of these properties you get. We don't have any access to them. But can you touch a little bit on how you do come across these without giving away too much, these properties?
Absolutely. So I have a small army of guys that basically specialize in locating this type of distressed assets for local investors here in town.
By the way, we've been to this guy's shop, and it's pretty much like the boiler room on steroids. It's like half of it is this army that he's talking about, and they're just calling and emailing and getting information on all these different types of properties. There's a dummy in there that you can punch. There's a Red Bull fridge for some reason.
I thought they were forcing people out.
No, they're not. No, but they got whiteboards everywhere. On the other side of his shop, there's the people that are helping investors full time. I mean, they're just dedicated to a full army of investors. So you have an army of acquisition people,
agents, yes,
and then you have an army of investor type agents that just focus in on the agent. I mean, on the investor and with all their needs and all their wants, which is awesome.
That's right, JJ. Yeah, and to answer your question a little better, Bobby, we go down a lot of different avenues in order to get these type of properties. Anything from local auctions that we go to and purchase at. We take advantage of statewide relationships that we have in place. We work with small credit banks and here in town where we can clear their books, HUD properties, VA properties. We do a lot of private mailer campaigns ourselves too, and this is something that I want to state because I think this brings a lot of value to our company. These private mailers that we do is just we're going to be able to put opportunities in front of investors where they would normally just never have an opportunity at it or even know the house was for sale. So if I can bring something like that to the table for an investor, I think that adds a lot of value on our side.
Can you just, if somebody is living in a distressed property right now, I know we have a short time, but can you just touch on how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the best way is my cell phone number. I can give that out now, 214-770-5441. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I'm happy to sit down and do a consultation. There's a lot of other methods out there besides taking a foreclosure. So,
Nathan, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with you. You're going to let anyone know that how they can save $395. You're going to waive a broker's fee for any potential investor that's listening right now. Don't move an inch. We're going to talk to Ask Mr. Credit segment with Adam Hetrick. You're listening to Bobby and JJ Radio. Be right back.